Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
All right, welcome to the baseball show. Today is Friday. It is May 24th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your friendly Friday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Raymond Report. Come and learn about the 5 fundamentals of sports handicapping. Each and every day, we're going to talk about value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and we use a strict money management system. Today on the show, we're going to determine what type of an investor are you. Are you a instant gratification investor, a short-term investor, a weekend warrior, or are you in for a long game, a savvy investor, and if you're in here to try to make money in the long run. Today also, we're going to talk about teams that are A-type teams that have a winning percentage of 60% or higher. Those are teams that are your alpha-type teams, your contenders. Your B-type teams that are just trying to make the playoffs or just ahead of their division rivals in some respect. But those are teams with a 50 to 59.9 win percentage. And C-type teams below 500, teams that are very hard to trust, like an old high school sweetheart. But we'll be talking about those 3 types of teams today here on the Raymond Report. And during that process, we'll see if they have value, percentage play, or performance cycles in our favor. Now, also, I'm going to talk about teams that are very bullish. Just like the stock market, teams go through a roller coaster of emotions and rides. And we're going to find out if teams are in a bullish state, meaning they're in an upward trend, a neutral state, meaning they are stable. So they're either 4-3, 3-4 in the last 7 games, win 1, lose 1 type thing. And then downward trend is a bearish teams that are 0-7, 1-6, 2-5 in their last 7 games. All right, this is the Raymond Report. Again, you can find us on our YouTube channel Monday to Friday on the baseball show. And pretty soon, we're going to be starting on Wednesday, we're going to start the CFL football show. Once college football starts, the Thursdays will be the college football show, and then on Friday we'll have the NFL show right here at the Raymond Report on our YouTube channel. All right, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're located on the World Wide Web. My name is Ron Raymond, a 5-time sports handicap champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, the owner and founder of ATSstats.com, and the owner of the Raymond Report. And folks, you can kick the tires each and every day right here at ATS, and go get the free Raymond Report. It's absolutely free. So if you want to go here and you want to see who's winning today, or you just want to see some of the stats and trends, you go right down to the bottom, and we have some of the best trends in the business. And I'll give you an example of that. When the Boston Red Sox are a home team on a friendly Friday after a division game, coming off an over, and they scored 8 or more runs for, they are 8-2-1 to the over, and that's what you get at ATSstats.com. All right, you know what? We had a pretty good, okay day yesterday. I'm not gonna over exaggerate. We went 2-2. We had Baltimore, Pittsburgh under. Looked good for a little bit, but then the bats came alive. But we had the Philadelphia Phillies under and San Diego over, and we did win those 2 games. And we took a little different approach yesterday, and we talked about sports handicapping. When you're handicapping sports, and each and every day you're going through the lineup, you're looking for picks, right? And the thing is, it's like trying to find a needle in the haystack sometimes, and sometimes you just got to let the picks come to you. And we tried a different approach yesterday. Well, I've been doing it for a while, but I've showed it to the audience on how I do. I let the picks come to me. I look for systems, right? And I look for situational handicapping spots that are in our favor. And once we get this one indicator that is in our favor, then what I do is I go look at the Raymond Report, and then I go find if it's a pick worth looking for today. All right, so we're gonna get right into it because we got 15 games, and let's get right into the let's go right to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's see what the markets did yesterday. And let's kick it off with the opening bell. And the opening bell is telling us right now in this corner, weighing $1.50, the bookmaker. And Reginald Codes is in the house. Good morning, Reginald. Hope you're having a good start to your morning. And he's the first one into the bullpen, and I appreciate that. And yeah, pretty good day for the favorites. 75% of the favorites won yesterday, 6-2, 5-3 on the favorites on the run line. And it was also a favorite day to the over. And one of my rules of thumb in sports handicapping, if you're a player who likes to bet the side and total of a game, always remember this. I'm like, Russ Culver. A lot of people remember Russ Culver back in the day at the Culver Glance line back in the early 90s on USA Today. Russ Culver was a big influence in my life when I first started this. And he used to say, if you like the favorite, take the over. If you like the under, take the underdog. And it's a good rule of thumb to always do that, right? So little tidbit, sharing knowledge, just like coaches, right? It's like when I go to a football clinic with the coaches, and one of the golden rules of coaching is this: steal it, use it, share it. That's the number one rule, right? Steal it, use it, share it, and it's the same thing that we said in sports handicapping. All right, again, if you are tuning in for the very first time and you're wondering what this show is all about, it's the baseball show, everything 100% baseball, and what we do here each and every day is we try to find an edge to give you an advantage to win today, right? At the end of the day, what do we all want? Hey, right, Mike?
I want winners.
Yeah, and in the process, we have this.
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Yeah, we're going to have fun right now because we're going to go right into sports handicapping before this turns into a 3-hour show. Hey, a 3-hour tour. And that's what happens. You start doing these shows, you start talking about it, next thing you know, it's like, oh my God, 45 minutes in, we only handicapped 2 games. So I said, I got to do a better job getting right, step up to the plate, and get to the job at hand. All right, so first thing you want to do here in the system, I'm just going to move this right over here. Just going to make sure I got all my tools aligned. All right, so first game we're going to handicap here is the game between the... I also got a funny comment yesterday. Somebody called me Professor Fink of The Simpsons. I said, sure, why not? I'll take it. So a big shout out to the user, the audience who called me Professor Fink. I like that. That's kind of funny. But I love The Simpsons too. I don't watch it as much anymore, the reruns, but I thought that was pretty funny. All right, minus 162 is the line. 9.5 is the total. And you got Darius Vines going up against Bailey Falter. Now, what I do is I look at the Atlanta Braves last game. It was a 3-0 win. So when I go to the Super Database, I'm going to go look for any road team that's coming off a 3-0 win in their last game. What's the record? 1-2. Okay, what about if they've done home or away, right? Home or away, any road team. 2-8-2 to the under. So right away, I got an indicator pointing to me a system trend. And what I like about this, and again, I know I'm going to repeat myself, but people are tuning in for the first time, is that these system trends are something that I rely on. It gives me one indicator, and again, it's because it involves offense and defense, right? When you played sports or you watch sports and the team is coming off an offense or defensive performance, the thing is, how are they going to do in their next game, right? And this is a good way to give you an idea what that team's going to do in their next game. Now, is it written in gold that it's going to win? No, but a system is when any Major League Baseball is coming off a 3-0 win in their last game. They all went 2-8-2. So that has to tell you something, right? When you look at it at the end of the day, isn't that telling you something that teams are coming off a 3-0 win? That tells you, okay, they're averaging 3 runs per game. I don't know what the league average is in runs per game. I'm guessing it's about 4, right? So they're just a little bit below average. They haven't allowed a run in the last game, so that means pitching is doing well, defense is playing well, and the under must be coming in, right? So that gives you an idea of the mindset going into this type of situation. Now they're playing the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates are coming off a 7-6 loss. That was a tough loss for Skeens yesterday. Man, he pitched a gem. And then the bullpen comes in and just blows it. Hey, we're losing. Where's my... Hey, here goes Overkill. Ron would... yeah.
We're losing!
Yeah, that's what the manager was saying in the 8th inning of the Pirates game yesterday. What's going on over here? All right, we're losing. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Reginald. All right, so the one thing I forgot to do yesterday, and I'm going to do it right after I do the Pittsburgh... system now. So when any team is coming off a game where they scored 6 runs, but they allowed 7 against, like the Bucks did yesterday, that home team in their next game is 10-7, 8-1. So really nothing to write home about. How about the home team coming up in that situation? Home teams coming off a 7-6 loss, 3. Okay, there's the under. Now what I'm going to do is this. I forgot to do this yesterday, but I'm going to do it today. So bear with me here. When Atlanta is on the road against a team below 500, remember at the top of the show, I said we got to see. Today we're going to talk about A, B, and C-type teams. C-type teams are teams below 500. Atlanta's record, 4-7-3 to the under. So it gives me a bit of an idea. And the home team only scores 3 runs against the Atlanta Braves. So teams below 500, home teams below 500 playing Atlanta are averaging 3 runs per game, but Atlanta's averaging 5.86. And what's the over-under in this one here tonight? 9. So you know what? The under might be worth a consideration right now. So we're just finding those little leads, right? Little leads to see if it leads us to a stronger selection, stronger confidence into selection. And now the home team facing Atlanta. Now Atlanta is an A-type team, right? Atlanta is one of the top teams. They are 29-18 on the year. And let's see what Pittsburgh's record is against those A-type teams, right? And you can see right here, Atlanta only faced 6 teams. They're 3-3, 2-4-0 to the under. And Atlanta averaging 3.67 runs per game. 3.83 runs per game, giving up 3.6. So under is what I'm seeing right now. So right now we're going to do a little check mark on the under between Atlanta and the Pittsburgh Pirates. So that's how the Raymond Report works. That's it in a nutshell. Like, we're just finding a system, right? When you, and here's the thing, right? The thing about handicapping is you got to have a system. What's your system? What do you do to find winners? Do you throw a dart? Do you flip a quarter? Do you actually look into it? And people are different. People will handicap sports through. I used to know a handicapper would be a biorhythm handicapper, right? He would base things on players' body clocks, whatever. Hey, you know what? If it works for you, at the end of the day, if you're a biorhythm handicapper and you're producing 80% winners, I'm not going to argue with that. Hey, whatever floats your boat, man. If it works, it works. And yeah, good stuff. Just keep doing it. You know, some people like to handicap situational stuff. Some people like to crunch numbers, right? With averages. I'm a law of average handicapper. With parity now, you have to include law of average in your handicapping. So I'm a big law of average handicapper. All right, let's go next game. Toronto Blue Jays coming off a 9-1 victory yesterday against the White Sox. So let's see what. I don't think we're going to get a lot of 9-1 road teams coming off a 9-1. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do road teams or any team, home or away, coming off a 9-1 win in their last game. And yeah, okay, we got 4 hits, which is not nothing earth-shattering, right? 9-1, and what was the early in? So 3-1. It's not enough for me. It's not enough occurrences to really make it. So how about if we do this? Teams coming off a game where they scored 9 or more runs. All right, so let's try that. The teams that scored 9 or more runs in their last game. What's the record? 8-6, 7-7. Yep, nothing here to talk about. And what if they allowed 1 or less runs against? Allowed 1 or less runs against. Let's see if we get any more hits there. 14-9, 11-11. All right, still a little bit on the Blue Jays, but how about home teams? Home teams that scored 1 or less. We'll do that. We'll scored 1 or less, but gave up 9 or more. Okay, let's see how those teams do in the next game. Survey says 6-10, 9-7. So really no hits there. So let's try when Toronto is on the road against another team below 500. How do they do on the road? Toronto on the road against a team below 500, a C-type team. Their record 4-3, 4-3. So the over-under is aside. Really not an attractive play here today. And the starting pitcher today for the Blue Jays is Alex Manoah. Now, Manoah, we all know his struggles at the beginning. His last 2 starts have been pretty respectful, right? Matt Manning here going for the Detroit Tigers. Tigers on a 5-game losing streak. Manning 0-1 on the year, 4.88. Alex Manoah is, we just got to see which Manoah is going to start here tonight, show up tonight. So let's try Detroit at home against C-type teams. And we can see that Detroit, yeah, they played a lot of C-type teams. And normally the average score is 3.5 to 4.5 for the road opponent. and 7-10 and 9-8. So a slight edge to the Blue Jays, but you know what? I'm not going to include that into my contenders category, right? Again, I'm doing every game for you guys, so that way if you have a lean, hopefully I can help you with that lean. And the thing is, in sports handicapping, when in doubt, get out, right? When in doubt, get out. If you don't like it, move on. Hey, move on. All right, next game, Seattle against Washington. George Kirby up against Mackenzie Gore, and looking inside the numbers for George Kirby, 4-4, 3.99 ERA. Now Kirby, his last start was on May 19th against Baltimore, went 6 innings, 83 pitches, 9 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 2 home runs, and he's got a whip on the season of, what's his whip? George Kirby's whip, 1.01, 54 Ks on the season. And for the starting lefty, Mackenzie Gore, the lefty, 2-4, 3.30 ERA. All right, if you're watching for the first time and you're part of the bullpen, always nice. Like to see people chime in. And one thing I like good sense of humor. I like people with a good sense of humor. And if you just want to tune in, say good morning, first time, hey, long time, first time, or first time, long time, whatever. Love to hear from you guys. And again, all of us is stronger than one of us, and the more input that we get from the audience, the more I feel the bullpen makes a strong contribution to the general consensus of the bullpen. And at the end of the day, hopefully it leads you to you guys getting more solid information, and it leads you to the winner's circle at the end of the night. All right, so we're taking a look at Seattle. They're coming off a Lewis Hill, nice 5-0. Hey, it's a good thing we didn't touch the Seattle game. Remember yesterday, we were on that game for it felt like an hour, and I said, you know what, just too much respect for the Yankees, and it was game 4 of a series, and hopefully I was able to talk people off that Seattle bridge yesterday, and hopefully you guys were able to, and if you took the Yankees, congrats. It was the right play. It was the right play, and I felt it was the right play as well. All right, so today we're going to look at road teams coming off a 5-0 score in the last game, a 5-0 loss, and they allowed 5 runs against. And let's see what road teams this year in Major League Baseball have done in this situation. 2-7. How about any team? How about any team coming off a 5-0 spanking? Hey, I wouldn't say it's a woodshed game, because woodshed means you got really taken out beyond the woodshed. But 5-14, yeah, doesn't look good for Seattle today. Hey, Seattle 5-14. We're losing.
We're losing.
Yeah, not a good record. 5-14. All right, what about let me see here. Washington last game, a 3-2 loss to the Minnesota Twins, and Washington now 2-8 in their last 10. Yeah, they're losing too. So how about any team? What was the final of that last game? 3-2. I kind of like these low numbers, because I feel we get more hits on these 3-2, 4-3 type games. And so they lost 3-2. So they scored 2, gave up 3. And we'll do any team first. Coming off a 3-2 loss is 29-12, which is pretty good. But let's see about home teams in this situation. Home teams coming off a 3-2 loss, 18-6, not bad. Okay, now here's the tough question. How about underdogs? How about home underdogs? Is it going to give us something positive here? 6-4. You know what? I can ride with that. What's the line on the game? Minus 148. You know what? It's kind of respectful. Mackenzie Gore to lefty, 2-4. All right, we'll put that in the into the pool when we do the Raymond report after. We'll see if we'll go inside the Raymond report to see if they're really worth to pull the trigger on. Right. All right, and then we see one thing here. Okay, so today Seattle is a B-type team. So let's look at Washington at home against B-type teams between 50 to 59.9. They're 1-5, not good. They're not good against the middle of the pack contenders, right? Seattle on the road against C-type teams below 500, 5-3, 2-6 to the under. Oh boy, yeah, not really great. But I'm gonna still look at Washington. It's a bubble pick right now. But I'm going to look in the Raymond report if there's strong indicators that maybe Washington on the run line. Washington run line is a consideration. What do you think? Washington plus 1.5. You guys like that? All right, let's go to the next game. Let's go Kansas City against the Tampa Bay Rays. Kansas City going to send one of the best pitchers, top 5 best pitchers in baseball right now, Seth Lugo. And Seth Lugo on the season is 7-1, a 1.79 ERA. Kansas City is on a 6-game win streak. They're 32-19 on the year. Bobby Witt Jr. has been outstanding, and so is Salvador, the catcher. I thought Salvador Perez is having he had an okay season last year, not like the year before. But I thought Perez this year, he's having a really good season. And I think he's one of the main reasons why, also Bobby Witt and the pitching staff, why they're having a good campaign right now. And they're on a 6-game win streak. Now they're up against the Kevin Cash and the Tampa Bay Rays. Sharon Armstrong going to go here for the Rays. Rays on a 4-game losing streak, but the Rays are streaky, right? You never know what you're going to get with Kevin Cash and the Rays. Now let's take a look at Kansas City last game, an 8-3 victory against the Detroit Tigers. So let's see how any team coming off an 8-3 win. So they scored 8 runs in the last game, gave up 3 against, and let's see what teams do in this type of situation. They are 7-3 straight up and 5-4-1. So if you do like Kansas City, that's a pretty good record. Really liking KC again, says Berto. Yeah, you know what, Berto? I agree with you. That's a pretty good indication right there. How about road teams coming off an 8-3 victory? And let's see if that, 1-2. Wow. So here's the thing. We go from an 8-3 or something like that. So teams coming off an 8-3 victory, 7-3. But as soon as you go on the road, not 1-2, right? How about a favorite off an 8-3? Favorites off an 8-3, 5-2, 3-3. Okay. Something to think about, right? Something to chew on. Let's look at the other side of the coin. Let's go to Tampa Bay coming off an 8-5 loss to the Boston Red Sox. In fact, they got swept. So a team that scored 5 runs, gave up 8 in their last, what did I say the score was? 8-5. Yeah, gave up 8. And let's see what the survey says. Teams off at 1-0-2. So not a lot of hits. Not a lot of hits. Okay, let's try this. Let's do Kansas City on the road against C-type teams. 8-5, 4-9 to the under. Under a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little check mark on the under. All right, a little check mark on the under, since we got a few hits on the under there. And how about home teams? Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay at home against A-type teams. Teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. 2-4, 2-4 to the under. All right, under again. And with Seth Lugo, I kind of like the under here today, guys. So I'm going to go Kansas City under as one of the picks I'm going to handicap more. And what our POE, right? Remember we said that yesterday. What we're doing right now is called the process of elimination. And what we're doing is we're trying to eliminate from 15 games. We're trying to get down to about a manageable half a baker's dozen, I guess you can say. So this way, at the end of the day, you just need one winner to make money. But some people want 2, 3 picks or 4 picks. Again, it's all in your risk tolerance level. But at the end of the day, we're trying to get you guys some information. So and to help you out. So let's say, for instance, Berto likes Kansas City here. But I don't know if Berto was thinking of the under in that game as well. All right, let's talk about the Dodgers taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Now, the Dodgers last game, they're happy that they don't have to face Arizona. They struggled against the D-backs in that series at home. That was impressive for Arizona, winning 2 or 3, I think, against the Dodgers at home. Cincinnati, last game, it was a 6-4 loss to the Padres. I think they were winning that game as well. And, Cincinnati reverting back to their losing ways. 20-30 on the season. 3-7 in the last 10, while the Dodgers are 6-4. And there's those commercials again. Did you guys see those commercials too, or am I the only one who's seen them? All right, let's take a look at this. Dodgers coming off a 6-0 loss. So road teams or any teams that scored 0 runs. Hey, you don't see the Dodgers score 0 runs in the last game that much. And this season, 2-2, 3-1 to the over. All right. And how about the road teams, the home teams? The home teams coming off a 6-4 loss. Home teams, all right, coming off a 6-4 loss. So they scored 4 runs last game. Okay, where's the 4 runs? There it is. 4 runs, and they allowed 6 against. Survey says 9-7, 10-6 to the over. So a couple of pointers to the over. How about home teams? Let's see if we have a lot of hits on the home teams coming off a 6-4 loss. 6-4. Okay. So, yeah, let's take a look at the LA Dodgers on the road. LA Dodgers on the road against a C-type team. Survey says 10-4, 5-9 to the under. All right, 10-4 though, and they're 158. But I got a system play that's 13-2 on Cincinnati, and 13-2. No, I think it's on the over. In fact, let me show you guys that right now. Let me go to Cincinnati, the Reds. So again, here's the system play. Anytime you have, it's on the over. Anytime you got a 140 to 160 home underdog like Cincinnati, the last 2 seasons during a night game in the month of May, and they're coming off a home loss as a dog, the home team has seen the over go 13-2-0 to the over. And what did I say the over was in that 5-9 to the under? But Dodgers. And what was the system play side? 5-10. Yeah. So again, favoring the Dodgers. So how about Cincinnati at home against an 8-type team? Cincinnati at home against teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. They are 3-7, 4-4-2. You know what? Dodger blue. Dodger blue, baby. That's I think the early indication is. And the Dodgers today sending James Paxton, who's 5-0, a 2.84 ERA, the lefty, against Graham Ashcraft. James Ashcraft is 3-3, a 4.25 ERA. And how does the Dodgers do against left-handed pitchers? Let's go take a look at that. The Dodgers on the road against lefties this year. Go to my database. Go to Dodgers against lefties. And the record is versus lefties coming off right. Oh, versus right now. Okay, so no. Let me see here. Cincinnati against lefties. Sorry, 5-9, 5-7. Yeah, I'm gonna go Dodgers. I think Dodgers. LA Dodgers. We'll go more in depth in that one. All right, I'm just gonna put my fans getting a little hot in here. Hang on here. There we go. Right. Just put on the fan. Hey, get in the business here. Hey, gotta roll up my sleeve and go find some winners. Hey, Mike, we need winners, right, Mike? Where's my mic?
I want winners.
There we go. All right, so Dodgers. Milwaukee taking on the Boston Red Sox. Now Boston going to send Bryce Wilson to the hill against Cutter Crawford. -131 is the line. 9.5 is the total. And Boston off an 8-5 win, while the Brew Crew off a 1-0 loss. So let's see what teams in baseball this year have done coming off a 1-0 loss. So 0 runs last game and 1 run against. It's like a hockey game right there. And the 6-6, 6-6. All right, nothing. What about road teams? Road teams coming off a 1-0 loss. So road team. Just want to make sure it's the road team. Okay, and the survey says 2-3, 3-2. Okay, nothing to write home here. How about home teams coming off an 8-5 victory? Right, 8-5 victory against Tampa Bay. So home teams coming off an 8-5 victory. So they scored 8 runs last game, but gave up 5. And the home teams 0-2 to the under. All right. So what about any team coming off an 8-5 win? Any teams coming off an 8-5 victory? 1-1, 0-2. All right. So nothing there to really hang our hat on. So let's take a look at Boston at home against teams that are 50 to 59.9 in the win percentage in the standings. 1-6-1. Yeah, Boston. Remember, Boston plays a lot of unders. So the Red Sox do play a lot of unders today. They are sending to the hill the Boston Red Sox. Cutter Crawford, Bryce Wilson. Cutter Crawford is 2-2, 2.17 ERA, while Bryce Wilson is 2-1, a 2.79 ERA. So there's the making of an under. Milwaukee off that 1-0 game. And you know what? I'll do another query for you guys in just 1 second. I got something I just thought of. On the road against Boston is what, a B-type team. So you got 2 Bs going at it today. The Killer Bees, 5-5. Yeah, nothing right there. 4-5-1 to the under. Let's try this query right here. Any road teams scored 1 run in their last game and their first game of a series. Hey, how about that? Let's see if that has any teeth. 12 and 15, 11 and 16 to the under. All right. Under is 13 and 2 for Boston as a home favorite, 10 or more. Yeah. I think Boston, Milwaukee under, but again, question mark. And the thing is, right, you can't play unders forever. Eventually, Boston's going to go on some type of over streak because bookmaker will adjust to the number. They will. All right, 1 against, and let me go back down here. Just get back in order. All right, so let's take a look at the next game. Let's go San Francisco. What a comeback win yesterday for the Giants against Paul Skeens and the Bucks. Like, Skeens was fantastic, and then the bullpen, the bullpen blew it. Hey, the manager in the 7th inning, that's what he said.
We're losing.
Yeah, we're losing, but the Giants are winning. 7-6 was the final. Any road team, we'll do any team first, coming off a 7-6 win in the last game. And just to give us an idea what every other team has done in this exact situation off a 7-6 win, 8 and 10 next game. Not great, right? How about as a road team? A road team, 7-6, 2 and 4. And how about underdogs? How about underdogs coming off a 7-6 win? Underdogs coming off a 7-6 win last game. Surveys 2 and 7. Not great numbers. Not great numbers. New York Mets. All right, let's see what the Metropolitans will do in this situation. Coming off a 6-3 loss to the Guardians, and Metropolitans 2 and 8 in the last 10. Not good. Not really good. Now the Mets, who are they sending to the bump today? They're gonna send Christian Scott against Kyle Harrison, the lefty, who's 4-1, a 3.60 ERA. All right, home team's coming off a 7-6 win in their last. It was a win or loss, I said. Yeah, it was a loss. Sorry, 6-3. 6-3. Let's go back here. So Mets coming off a 6-3 loss. So they scored 3 runs last game, and they gave up 6. 9 and 3 in the next contest, which is pretty good, right? That's not bad. How about favorites off a 6-3 win or loss? 9 and 4. All right, so we got the Mets right now. Let's see how the Mets do at home against C-type teams. All right, so let's see if the New York Mets beat the Mets. All right, at home against C-type teams, the Beatables. Wow, only 3 times they've played C-type teams, so they haven't played a lot of the beatables, right? The bad teams at home. So, Mets' strength of schedule in the early start of the season has been tough for them, right? That explains their record. Record on the Mets on the year is 21 and 28. And today they're facing San Francisco. The Giants, they're facing another C-type team, a team below 500. And on the road this year against teams below 500, 7-3 to the over. Okay, that talks me off that game because San Francisco has a competitive edge against teams that are similar to them, right? And you know what? Let me see something here. San Fran, last 10, 7-3, 8 bullish. C bullish against C Bears. So you got 2 teams. Remember at the top of the show, I talked about the cycles. Well, now you got a team on an upward trend, and now you got a team on a downward trend, and now we got to find the caramel secret between, right? I don't know. I'm leaning San Fran over right now, but you know what? I don't need. I'll have to come back to that game. I really don't. There's two teams with losing record, right? And it's just you are what your record says you are, and I think we move on right here, right? All right, let's go to Baltimore against the Chicago White Sox. That was the weirdest ending I've seen in the baseball game in so many years. It was the infield pop rule was in effect, and because the shortstop cut off the base runner, they called him out. It was like, is that where we're at now in baseball? Like, are we that petty? And like, that was just BS. I'm sorry, but that's not like, come on, really? Like, Baltimore is a great team. They don't need help. They don't need help from the umpires in that situation. And again, this is where we got to get, some common sense in baseball. Like, guys, come on. People pay good money to watch baseball. They don't want to see an ending like that. So let's get our together here, right? Corbin Burns against Chris Flexen. Now the Baltimore Orioles coming off an 8-6 lucky win last night. I guess you could say. I hate to say lucky when they're a good team. But, yeah, and the thing with Baltimore, they were, like, running to the dugout. Hey, yeah, nothing to see here. Let's go, guys. Shower up, and let's hit the market. All right, 8-6 was the final, and I'll be at that game. Oh, awesome. Have a great time, Berto. Should be interesting. Well, you're going to see Corbin Burns. Hey, all right, 8-6 was the final. Any team today, any team Major League Baseball coming up 8-6 win, 1-4 in their next game. Yeah, that's karma. Hey, there's karma biting you back in the butt. All right, and teams coming off a 6-8 loss this year in Major League Baseball. Survey says 2-3, 1-4 to the under. I had the under yesterday, and they fooled me once, shame on you. Fooled me twice, shame on me. I don't know if I want to go back to the well on that one. Let me check Baltimore on the road against C-type teams this year. 6-4, 6-4 to the over. Yeah, it might be a pass. Hey, do not pass go. Just keep going. And we got the Shy Sox at home against an A-type team. And they are 5-12, 6-10-1. Yeah, this is Baltimore and under maybe? Baltimore under, but I'm going to pass. I'm not going to touch that game. And 250? Yeah, that pass. Yeah, I'm not laying 250. 6 runs, bottom of the ninth is horrible. Yeah, exactly, Reginald. I agree. All right, the Texas Rangers taking on the Twinkies. Minnesota going to send Bailey Ober, the Giant. He's like 6'8", against Jose Urena of the Texas Rangers. Now the Rangers, an underdog in this spot against Minnesota at Target Field tonight. First pitch, 8:10 Eastern. And Bailey Ober on the season. I know he had a slow start, but let's see how he's done of late. 4-2, a 4.40 ERA, and that's pretty good. Because his first couple of starts, his first start of the year didn't even make it to the second inning. He went 1 1/3. He had 53 pitch count in 1/3 inning. He took the L, but you know what? Last 2 games against the Blue Jays, May 12th, he went 6 1/3, 104 pitches, but at Cleveland, only 4 innings. So Bailey Ober's been, when you consider some spotty starts, I guess you can say, he's been working. He's been battling through. I think Bailey Ober's been battling through with a 4. That's to battle through in a 4-2 record on a slow start is pretty good. Jose Urena 1-3, a 3.29 ERA, and the Texas Rangers now coming off a 5-2 loss in their last game. So any team coming off a 5-2 loss in their last game, let's see what the old survey says. And survey says 15-12, 12-13-2. What about road teams coming off a 5-2 defeat? Road teams coming off a 5-2 loss. 6-9, 6-8-1. So nothing to write home about. How about Minnesota? Last game, a 3-2 victory. So any team, or let's do home team. See if we got a lot of hits on the home team. Coming off a 3-2 win in the last contest. And the survey says the home team is 8-11 and 8. Ooh, that's not a great record. Hey, that's not a really great record. All right, so we'll have to give Texas Ranger. We just talked about Bailey Ober struggling a bit. I haven't given you guys a Joe Namath yet this morning, right?
Struggling.
Yeah, we'll see if he struggles tonight against Jose Urena of the Texas Rangers. Now, let's see the Rangers on the road. Texas on the road against B-type teams with a 50 to 59.9 win percentage. And the old database tells us they're 4-1 to 3.2. Now, Texas, when are we going to turn this around? Hey, how about our offense? When are we going to get it together? That's what we need to know about Texas. Hey, when are we going to get it together? The 3-2. Now, Minnesota at home against C-type teams. So let's try that. Minnesota at home. Minnesota at home against C-type teams below 500, and their record is 4-0. Wow. Yeah, we're all over the place here, eh? And it's 3-1 to the over. But I got a system play on Minnesota that is 17-4. Hey, I think you're going to want to hear this, says Gary Bettman. Minnesota. Oh, my security system's going off here. All right, Minnesota, Bailey Ober. Here's the system play. Anytime you got a home team against a conference foe after a non-conference game during the month of May, and they're coming off a road win as a dog, and they allowed 2 runs or less against in the last game, 17-4 for the home team. So that's Minnesota. You know what? I'm going to put a check mark on Minnesota. That system's pretty good. 17-4 is a very good system play here. I'm going to put a system check mark right there. And what did I say the record was on Minnesota? 4-0. Yeah, you know what? It might be enough to convince me. All right, Minnesota, we're gonna give you a gander here. 6 runs, bottom of the ninth, says Reginan. All right, let's go to the next game. Cubbies taking on the Cardinals, National Central Division opponent. Today you got Shota Imanaga going up against Miles Mikolas. Miles Mikolas. Cardinals, come on, you know I'm rooting for your Cards. Hey, I got you winning that division. Now, St. Louis, Mikolas 3-5 in the year, 5.77 ERA, while Imanaga, the lefty, 5-0 in the year, a 0.84 ERA. Wow. You know, after how many starts has he had? Imanaga? Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 starts. And he gives you innings. Like Imanaga's last 4 games, 7 innings, 7 innings, 5 innings, 7 innings. And the pitch count is roughly in the 90s and 80s. So this, Imanaga is good strikeout pitcher. This is wow. All right, let's take a look at the Cubbies. They lost last game 3-0. So road teams coming off a 3-0 loss in their last game. So Chicago scored 0 runs last game, gave up 3. And let's see what the database tells us. 5-4, 2-5-2 to the under. What's the total in that game? Total in the game tonight between the Cards and the Cubs, 7.5. All right. How about any team? How about any team coming off a 3-0 loss in their last game? 6-6, 3-7-2. All right. So unders right now. We got an under pattern developing. How about home teams? And the Cards coming off a 5-4 victory in their last game against the Baltimore Orioles, against John Means and company. So they scored 5 runs last game, and they gave up 4 against. And survey says 7-11, eh? 7-11. All right. 7-11 to the under. Let's go take a look at the Chicago Cubs. The Cubbies on the road against C-type teams. Teams below 500. 6-9 to the under, 9-6. And how about St. Louis at home? The Cardinals at home against B-type teams. And let's see how they do in their next game. Only one time. Only one game. They've only played a B-type team. All right. Under, I guess. We'll put a check mark. Because everything's pointing to the Cubbies unders. Like all the under patterns have been with the Cubs. But we'll see in the rain report what the final the tally is. The final tally if we go with the under in that game. All right, let's take a look at Philly. Best team in baseball right now, the Philadelphia Phillies. They're on the road. Christopher Sanchez going up against Ty Block of the Colorado Rockies. Now, the lefty Block is 1-2, a 5.14 ERA. Sanchez, the lefty, 2-3. And you know what? There's let me go to my regular database. I want to see how Philadelphia does in Colorado. So when Philadelphia, right, the Phillies traveled to, let's say, last 15 games, to Coors. No, I got to go up here. All right, so let's do Philadelphia on the road against Colorado, and we're going to do last 15 games. Let's see how they do at Coors. Wow, 5-10, 5-10 to the under. Okay, just wanted to see if the altitude really affected the bats of National and American Leagues, Eastern Division, Eastern time zone teams, right? That's what I wanted to see. Minus 208 for the Phillies. Phillies, man, they're just are they able to continue this run though? They're 37-14. 37-14. And what's their record on the road this year? Let me go check out their record on the road. It's Philadelphia. Go to the tell the tape. Philadelphia road record 15-6. Believe it or not, they're better on the road than they are at home. Holy crap. Hey, Harry Carey.
Holy cow!
Yeah. Little Harry Carey on a Friday. Hey, it's always good to do. All right, let's take a look at Philly's last game. What did I say? A 5-2 victory. So road teams scored 5 runs last game and gave up 2. Survey says, 2-10. Not good. All right. How about any team? Home or away, coming off a 5-2 win last game. 10-16, but 5-2. But Colorado's streaky, right? Let me see let's do home teams. And Colorado, yeah, they had some tough games against Oakland. That series was really, that came to like almost the extra innings or 9th innings. And remember we talked about that yesterday. I said don't even touch this game. It's just it'll give you'll need Pepto-Bismol to watch that game because it'll get an upset stomach. 10-9. How many 10-9 games have we had this year? I'm just gonna put it. I'm gonna say there's not that many. All right, team that scored 9 runs and gave up 10 runs last game. Do we have any 10-9 games? Oh, believe it or not, there's been 4 of them, and the home team is 3-1. Or the team that the team that lost 10-9 is 3-1 next game. Okay, interesting pattern. Let's take a look at the Colorado Rockies at home against A-type teams. So the champs, no, they haven't faced an opponent. What about home or away? Colorado against any type of A-type teams. 1-4, 4-1 to the over. And what's the line on this game? -208. It's too bad. Philadelphia on the road against C-type teams. It's going to be good because they're 15-6 on the road. Oh, let's hang on here. On the road against C-type teams. 10-3, 7-6. Yeah, you know what? Pass. And I don't even know if you like, what's the number in that game? 11. I hate betting totals that are 10 with a total of 10 or more. It's just it's you just need a couple of good innings, right? How many times you watch a game, they score like 4 or 5 runs in the first 2 innings and they don't do nothing for the next, pitchers settle in. The closer comes in, the setup guy comes in, and they shut the door, and it's like, really? Can't get 1 run after like 6 more innings? Hey, how many times does that happen? All right, so Philadelphia. Philly's the play, but I'm not laying 2-8. I'm going to go, hey, let's live another day, right? Let's go to the next game. All right, let's take a look at the Guardians traveling to LA, taking on the Halos. Halos going to send Patrick Sandoval to the hill against Logan Allen for the Cleveland Guardians. Now, Logan Allen on the season, 5-2, a 4.91 ERA, the lefty. Hey, 2 lefties going at it today, so you got a southpaw versus southpaw. Let's take a look at the rain report, see what the southpaw report is. Hey, I need a southpaw report. Let's go here. Lefty versus lefty. Wonder what the record is for the home or road teams. Let me see here. So we got, what did I say the game was again? Cleveland. A lefty versus a lefty. Oh, you know what? It might tell me here. It'll tell me something. All right, so the Guardians are 2-2 against lefties, 3-1 to the over, while the Halos against lefties, 2-1, 3-0 to the over. So a couple of over patterns developing. Cleveland, 6-3 win in the last game. So any road team coming off a 6-3 win in their last contest, survey says 4-10, 7-7. 4-10, 7-7. And all right, what about any team coming off a 6-3 win? Nothing here. All right, let's take a look at the Halos. 2-1 victory against the Houston Astros. Man, the Stros, a little different this year, right, Houston? Coming off a 2-1, what did I say here? A 2-1 win against Astros. 1 run against. Home teams off a 2-1, 7-8. Nah, nothing, eh? No hits. No pattern development here. All right, let's take a look at Cleveland on the road against C-type teams. And we got 7-6, 7-6. Wow, tight numbers, eh? Nothing, no edges here. And how about the Halos? LA Angels. Where is LA? There it is. At home against A-type teams. Let's see how many hits we get here. 2-4, 3-3. Yeah, nothing. All right, nothing to see here. Move along. Let's go next game. Houston, we got a problem here. off a 2-1 loss to those Halos. Justin Verlander going today for the Houston Astros. He's up against Ross Stripling. Stripling is 1-8, a 5.19 ERA. Oakland off that big win, a couple of big wins over the Rockies. You know, the thing with those C-type teams, you know, they either win in clumps or they lose in clumps, right? That's the pattern I've noticed with those type of teams. So let's take a look at Houston right now, off a 2-1 loss in their last game. So road teams coming off a 2-1 loss, so scored 1 run but gave up 2 against. Must be Memorial Day weekend. Bullpen, there we go. There's one of our bullpenners. There's the setup guy, Daryl Turner, and his other brother, Daryl. Good morning, Ron, in the bullpen. I didn't forget to remind you, but I like the under in the Cubs-Cardinals in the ESPN Sunday night game of the week. Yeah, that's right. Daryl told us, what's the trend, Daryl? 6 unders in a row? Something like that? So our good friend Daryl and his other brother Daryl just told us that the ESPN Sunday night game of the week, the unders on the, I believe he said was a 6-game under streak. So we'll keep an eye on that. All right, so back to the drawing board here. 11-6 for the road teams off a 2-1 loss in their last game. And how about any team? Any team. Yeah, 5-0 since the start of the season. To the under, right? Yeah, 5-0. Okay. ESPN Sunday night game of the week. 16-9. All right, so we do have, what did I say it was again on the road team? It was 11-6. Okay, so we got some, and I got a nice system on the Astros, so this could be a double bonus here. All right, so we got a home team coming off the last game, 10-9. Yeah, didn't we just have a 10-9 game yesterday? Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, it was Colorado. All right, they scored 10 runs and gave up 9. The 1-4 or something like that. 0-4. Ooh. Okay, you know what? How about this now? Let's do Houston on the road against C-type teams. Hey, the Beatables. Where's Houston? Houston, we got a problem against C-type teams. Survey says 3-2, 1-3-1 to the under. How about any team, home or away? Houston against C-type teams, 9-5, 4-8-2 to the under. And let's take a look at Oakland. Hey, the Las Vegas Raiders Athletics. Let me see here. Oakland. I hope they don't lose. Hey, Oakland. You know, the Raiders are gone. Like, Oakland's losing all their sports teams. It's like St. Louis losing the NFL, right? Let me see here. Oakland at home against C-type teams. Houston's a C-type team. 10-4, 6-7-1. But you know what? They should beat those teams, right? But here's the system I want to share with you guys. I think it's this one right here. Yep. All right. So the system is this. It's 13-3 for the Houston Astros. Anytime you got a 160 to 180 road favorite after a division game on 1 day's rest, and they're facing an American Conference opponent, and they're coming off a loss against a right-handed pitcher, they are 13-3 in the next game. Give me the Stros with Justin Verlander at, what did I say, 166? Pretty good price on Verlander against Ross Stripling. Looks too easy, right? Looks too easy. But I hate it when it looks that easy. It's like, really? Is it that easy? Hey, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. All right, no, I had the over last Sunday, says Daryl. Do you like the Brewers against the Red Sox? You know what? That's an under game right there. And the Brew Crew, did I say, is going today for Milwaukee. Milwaukee is Bryce Wilson against Cutter Crawford. No, let me see that game. The Brew Crew. Yeah, the under was the play there, Daryl. I thought I liked the under in that game. All right, Marlins, another 1-0 game. What's with all these 1-0 games these days? Hey, went to a baseball game and a soccer game broke out. What's going on? Minus 190 for the D-backs. 7.5 is the total. Braxton Garrett. Hey, Braxton Garrett. Wasn't that everybody loved Raymond? Garrett, Brad Garrett. Against Zach 10-gallon hat. Okay, welcome back, Zach. Zach 10-gallon hat going to be going today for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And let me see here. Where's AZ? There, Zach 5-3, 3.02 ERA. Now Zach Gallen's last start May 18th. So okay, he did okay. I'm thinking of Merrill Kelly. That's why. All right, Zach 10-gallon hat last start is a 6 innings, 98 pitches, 7 hits, 3 runs, 10 Ks. 10 Ks last start. And Arizona coming off a pretty successful series against an A-type team like the Dodgers, and they're on a 2-game win streak. They're 6-4 last 10. And let's take a look at Miami first, though. Miami coming off a 1-0 win over the Brew Crew, and road teams coming off a 1-0 win, and 1-0 and 0 runs against. Survey says 4-4, 4-4. Not okay. And how about road teams, home teams, coming off a 6-0 win? Home teams coming off a 6-0 victory. And let's see what the old database tells us. Oh no, oh boy, not a lot of hits. All right, let's go to the other database. Let's take a look at Miami on the road against a C-type team. So another beatable. 1-2, 2-1. Not a lot of hits. How about overall? How about the same type of team overall? Miami 7-8, 10-5 to the over. All right, and you know what? I'm a law of average guy, so I like if you know think like the public, right? The public sees Miami coming off a 1-0 loss. That was at home though. It could be different on the road. They might be able to score more runs as a team on the road. So maybe the over is worth a look. But Zach 10-gallon hat with 10 Ks last game. Watch out. All right, Houston, Arizona at home against a C-type team. 6-2, 4-4. Yeah, Arizona's the play. I think Arizona is the play, and we'll come back to that in a minute. All right, we'll come and look at the database. And then last but not least, the Bronx Bombers taking on the San Diego Padres. Today, Carlos Rodon is going up against Yu Darvish of the San Diego Padres. The Darvish, 4-1, a 2.08 ERA. Carlos Rodon is 5-2, 3.27 ERA. The lefty for the Yankees going up against the righty in Darvish. And let's take a look. Morning. Hope you're doing well today, Joel. Yeah, doing well, Joel. Thank you for tuning in. And again, thanks for watching the show. Do you like the Orioles? Yeah, I did like the Orioles, but I'm not paying $250, Daryl. I don't like. I'm not laying down much. All right, the Yankees. Hey, the gift that just keeps on giving, right? The New York Yankees. And let's take a look at their last game. A 5-0 win yesterday afternoon against Seattle. Tied up the series, so they were able to tie up the series. I don't know, did the Yankees lose a series this year? Have the Yankees lost a series this year? That's the question. Road teams this year scored 5 runs and allowed 0 against in the last game. 8-3 in their next contest. Pretty good. And we'll see what did I say? Rodon is the lefty. We'll see how San Diego does against lefties this year. All right, home teams. Coming off a 6-4 victory in their last game. So they scored 6 runs and they gave up 4. Those road teams, home teams, are what in their next game? 3-4, 4-3. New York Yankees on the road against B-type teams. So the Yankees against teams with a 50 to 59.9 win percentage, 7-3. And you know what? Teams like the Yankees who go out to the West Coast, right? Let's take a look at the Yankees here. 35-17, and you got a National League West division opponent. So you got an interconference matchup here tonight, and you know your Yankees are the Yankees, the Montreal Canadiens, the Dallas Cowboys, the LA Lakers. Those are franchise teams. Those are legacy teams. Those are the dynasty franchises. People want to see these teams. So you're going to see a lot of Yankee fans tonight in San Diego at Petco. So I got a feeling the Yankees, it's going to feel like a home game for them probably. Correct me if I'm wrong, Padre fans, but this might feel like a home game tonight for the Yankees. San Diego at home against A-type teams. And let me see what the record is. 3-6. Yeah, you know what? Yankees all day. And what do here's the other thing I want to look at. I want to see how San Diego, let's do the Padres. How do they do against Southpaws at home this year? All right, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at against lefties current season. I'll do home team, then I'll do overall. 0-5. See, this is why you watch the show, right? This is why you watch the show, to get these pearls. Hey, Give him the pearls, baby. That's my good friend Greg Dempson used to say when he was, you're on. He goes, you can win a Nobel Peace Prize award, but you got to give him the pearls. You got to give him winners, eh? They don't care if you have a Nobel Peace Prize. All they want is winners. So give him the pearls, baby. All right, so San Diego at home or away against lefties, 6-8, but 0-5 at Petco. All right, so here's the process of elimination, the POE things, the sides and totals we're looking at. So we got Pittsburgh, Atlanta under, Washington run line, Tampa Bay, Kansas City under, Dodgers. We put a check mark on the Boston, Milwaukee under. We like Minnesota with that system. Give them the pearls or the Nuggets. Yeah, exactly. So Cubbies under, Houston, Arizona, New York. So let's go to the Raymond report now. Now we go get the Big Daddy. Now we go get the Big Daddy tip sheet. This is the main thing right here. All right, let's go to number 1. Pittsburgh against the Atlanta Braves. Let's go look inside the numbers. So we're looking at the under here. Forecast 5.2 to 4.51. 9.73 is the total, so we got it going over the total, so that doesn't help us. Kogo's at 46. That does help us. And let me see here. We got 2-4 to the under at home. On the road this year, Atlanta 6-14-3 to the under. 12-11-1 for Pittsburgh at home at PNC Park. Now, when the Pirates are home as an underdog, they're giving up 4.88, only averaging 3.7. You know what? Only the Bucks score more runs as a home underdog they do as a home favorite. Road favorites for Atlanta, only giving up 2.9 runs per game. And today, Atlanta sending to the hill is, what did we say earlier? Darius Vines. Ooh, say it with me. Who's Darius Vines? I know you're all thinking it. So unless you're a Braves, a longtime Braves fan. You don't know Darius Vines? I do now. All right, 2-10 on the road, the Braves, and 10-4. Ew. You know what? When in doubt, get out. There's really nothing. Let me take a look at the trends on this game. CFL looking good so far. Let's go, says Daryl Turner. Yeah, CFL is always fun. Hey, the CFL show on Wednesdays. We'll start that pretty soon. And let me see stats and trends. Ooh, look at that. Good thing I'm not on this game. Anytime the Atlanta Braves are a road team versus a lefty before a non-division game coming off a road win and a series win, they're 20-5 to the over. All right, so we're off that game. Yeah, there's nothing really that doesn't tickle me here. So I don't like, I'll just, it's a circled game, but it's not a pull the trigger game, right? All right, Washington against Seattle. The Nationals are going to be at home. Almost said Capitals there. Hey, almost a hockey faux pas. Mackenzie Gore against George Kirby. Which George Kirby is going to show up here today? And let's go to, was this the main one? Yeah. All right, let me see here. Kirby, 4.3 to 3.72. Over under 7.5. And I didn't do something with the I didn't like it. 2-6, 5-3 against B-type team, 1-5. So Washington at home, wow, holy cow!
Holy cow!
8-12, 8-12. Seattle 12-14 on the road. Seattle's a what neutral? 21 days neutral. Okay, I've seen enough. Hey, I've seen enough. Hey, throw in the towel. Throw in the towel. I've seen enough. Yeah, I'm not even touching that game. Let me go back here. That was on the wrong one though. But I'm not touching Washington. There's no way I can touch Washington. George Kirby. Righty against the lefty. Let me see what Seattle does against lefties this year. 5-2. Yeah, we're good. Washington at home in a total 7.5. The 3-2 and 2-3 to the over/under. Yeah, can't do it. Can't do it. Hey, where's my Mike Singletary?
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
Can't do it. Sorry guys, can't do it. Seems like a tough day to bet, says Berto. Yeah, you're right, Berto. Like right now we're 0-2 on the POEs, right? The process of elimination. So that's a no-go for me. So nope. All right, the next one, Tampa Bay, Kansas City. Let's see if we can squeeze out a winner here. Seth Lugo, right? We're looking at the under here. Seth Lugo against Sean Armstrong. 3.86 to 3.88. The over-under landing on 7.74. Total's 8 right now. We'll see if it goes a little bit lower. What kind of line moves did we have here? Total opened at 8, went to 7.5, back to 8, 7.5, back to 8. So this total's been all over the place. The Kansas City Royals are in a bullish phase right now, 5 days, while Tampa Bay is neutral 4 days. They struggled against struggling against the Boston Red Sox. They're on a 4-game losing streak. The edges, I got 11 edges here to the under, so we do have numbers pointing towards the under. And how does Kansas City do at Tropicana? Let me see if I can get you guys that number right now. Where's my database? Where are you, database? All right, there you are. Kansas City on the road against Tampa Bay. Last 15, 6-9, and the under. All right, 6-9. How about as a road favorite? How many times they've been a road favorite in the? Let me see what the line is here first. Kansas City -1. Okay, yeah. How many times has Kansas City been? I'm gonna say it's less than probably 5, maybe. Yeah, 6. Is that close enough? Not bad, eh? Not bad. 1-4 and 1 to the under. You know what? I kind of like the under here, guys. I kind of like the under. And let me see here. Let me see what. Now, depending where you're getting your resource on pitchers, I'm seeing Tyler Alexander now. If Tyler Alexander, but let me see up here. I got who? Armstrong. Yeah. Let me see how Kansas City does against Southpaws. Kansas City against lefties, 6-4. What about on the road? Oh, I'm looking at the total, 3-2. All right, nothing really. That's good though. I didn't want something to talk me off it. That's all. And let me go down here. All right, so total's 8, 2-2. All right, I'm just looking for indicators pointing us towards the under. Anytime you got a road team coming off a home win as a favorite, the under is 14, 24, and 1 to the under. I like that. And you know what? I'm going to go under here. What do you guys like? Do you guys like the under here? I do it. I'm going to pull the trigger. Kansas City under is one of my plays. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go LA Dodgers. Seems like a no-brainer, but you know what? Nothing's a no-brainer in sports betting these days. LA Dodgers, they're sending to the hill James Paxton with, 5-0 we said earlier? Okay. The Paxman, 5-0, 2.84 ERA. Graham Ashcraft, 3-3. Cincinnati, how does Cincinnati do against lefties? Cincinnati at home against Southpaws, 5-9. Okay, that's good enough for me. LA Dodgers, neutral. All right, I kind of like that. Anytime I got an A-type team that's neutral, that means they're in that neutral zone, that comfort level. I don't like teams that are bullish too many days, because then it's like trying to catch a falling knife, right? It's like they're just too hot. 10-4 on the road against the beatables. 14-11 against teams on the road, while Cincinnati's 10-15. Cincinnati is a home dog, 2-4, while LA 13-4 is a road favorite. Yeah, you know what? Give me the Dodger blue. Give me the Dodger blue. James Paxton's 5-0. I'll take it. I'll take 2. And let me see here. Yeah, I do like it. And the Reds 1-4 is a home team off a home underdog loss. And what are they in the first game of a series? Do I got that record? Cincinnati or even the Dodgers. Do I got that record? First game of a series. Coming off a loss. Look at the Dodgers. LA Dodgers 7-0 coming off a loss in the road. I like that. Hey, see, this is what I mean. Once you get the POEs established, then you go look at the tip sheet. Then you can really This is how you really got to break down your winners, right? You got to just start from the top and work your way down to a comfort level of getting where you feel comfortable with that selection that you're going to take. All right, LA Dodgers. What the hell am I looking for again? Oh yeah, first game of the series. All right, Cincinnati. We'll do Cincy first. First game of the series this year at home. Survey says 4-4, 2-6 to the under. While the LA Dodgers on the road, first game of a series, 5-2. Okay, there you go. Let's hey Ron, do you like the Angels? Hey, I'm not there yet. And the Angels on the POE. What did we say about the Angels on the POE? No, we don't like that game, Daryl. So Dodgers, there's the other play. LA Dodgers. Play number 2, 158. A little chalky, but we'll take it. All right, the next one. We said Boston, Milwaukee. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a quick gander. All right, let's go. Hey, people watching the shows are gonna say, just if you're gonna watch the baseball show at the Rain Report, just watch the 10 minutes. He goes after his POEs, eh? So there's a little tip for you later on. Hey, if you don't want to watch the whole hour show, just go to the last 10 minutes where we break down the POEs. All right, let me see here. I said the under in, yeah, Milwaukee against Boston at everything's going under at Fenway these days. And but again, I'm waiting for that reversal. Cutter Crawford, 2-2, a 2.17 ERA. Bryce Wilson, 2.79 ERA, 2-1 on the year. And Boston Red Sox, -125, 9.5 is the total. And the Kogo, what's the Kogo at? 59%. So Kogo, yeah, obviously it's high because Boston plays a lot of unders at home this year. 6-14-3 to the under, while Milwaukee 14-13-1 to the over. And let me take a look here. Boston as a home favorite, giving up 4.3, scoring 3.5, and as a road underdog, Milwaukee, giving up a lot of runs, 4 runs, 5 point. Yeah, the offense is good though. Milwaukee's offense is pretty good, and if you look at their last 5 games, it's below the road underdog average. So in Milwaukee's last 5 games, they're averaging 3.4 runs per game, but as a road underdog, they're averaging 5.23. So that's good for the under. When the total's 9.5, road teams this year, and the total's 9.5, pretty much even, 23-22, and 2-0 for Milwaukee. And let me see here. Anything else? Anytime you got a home team coming off a 4-game win streak, the home team is 16-9 straight up. If you like the Boston Red Sox, I got 3 systems here on the Red Sox, but the unders were. I'm not going to force it. I don't. Here's the reason why I'm not touching this game. It's just there's too many unders. There's just too many, and it's just I don't want to be that guy who goes on and then all of a sudden they start an over streak, right? I don't want to start, hey, because I have that much power, I'm going to start their over streak. But you know what I'm saying. I just don't want to. I just don't want the law of average to work against us here. All right, so I'm going to stay off this game. I'm not going to, hey, when in doubt, get out, right? All right, the next game I do like, though, I do like the Twinkies. At first, I was looking at Texas, but I kind of like, Red Sox play better on the road, says Daryl. All right, I do like Minnesota here. Bailey Ober, again, he's been battling this year, right? He's 4-2 in the year. He's been doing all right. Texas coming in cold, 2-8. They're on a 4-game losing streak. Minnesota at home at Target Field, 11-11. That's not a great record. You got a little bit better. 9-9 as a home favorite. The Rangers 3-5, 9-9 as a road dog, giving up a lot of runs, 5.83, and they're 1-4 last 5. And let me take a look at some of the numbers right here. I'd be curious to see what Texas record as the first game of the series. Texas Rangers. Away team, first game of the series. 4-4. Okay. How about Minnesota? I think Minnesota, I don't think it's going to be that great because I think they had a slow start. First game of the series, 3-4. 1-6 to the under, though. 1-6 to the under. I got a system that's 17-4. I'm going Minnesota. Give me Minnesota. And let me just take one quick look at Minnesota's Home teams coming off a road win as an underdog, 19-11. I don't have a lot of check marks here on the Twins, which is a little concerning. So 1-5 coming off an under. Okay, but coming up 5-1 coming off a game that went under. See how the law of average works? Remember I told you I'm a law of average guy. So home teams coming off 1 under, 1-5. Home teams coming off a game that went under, 5-1. Different, right? What's so different about that though? Coming off 1 under and coming off a game that went. Oh, it could. Interesting. I got to look into that stat. Why is this one 5-1 and that one 1-5? I'll have to look at the process of the algorithms on what coming off a game that went under. That's the same thing, and coming off 1 under. Okay, I'll have to look into that. I'll talk to the programmer. I don't know why. What's the difference there? Why is it 5-1, 5-1-5? Makes no sense. Anyways, I like Minnesota. All right, so let's move on. Cubbies and Cardinals under. All right, Cubbies and Cardinals under. -130. Yeah. Shota Imanaga, man, just lights out. His ERA is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And what's his record on the road? Let me check Imanaga's record on the road. 5-0. How does St. Louis does against lefties though? St. Louis against southpaws. St. Louis Cardinals against southpaws this year. 4-4, 4-3-1. Okay. I thought maybe there'd be an edge there. All right, St. Louis playing a little bit better. They're bullish now, so they're either 7-0, 6-1, 5-2 last 7. And Kogo's at what? 51%, which I like. Anytime I get the Kogo in the middle, that from a market psychology, that helps us. And home record 10-11-2 to the under, 11-13-1 to the under. All right. And what about here? Total 7.5, 4-3 to the over for the Cubbies. Overall, road teams this year when the total 7.5, 76-82 to the under. All right. Any more unders here? I don't know. 7.5 seems very low for a team that's starting to, get the bats together. I'm two things I don't like. I don't like the total. I think the number's very low. What did I have the total? I had the total at 8.12. So that right away, that concerns me. And the other thing that concerns me is this. This team is starting to play well. And let me take a look at their last 5 games. So this year, St. Louis at home as a favorite, averaging 4 runs per game. As a home underdog, 3.89. But look at their bats of late. Last 7 and 10 games, 5.7, 5.1. Yeah. You know what? I'm getting off the total. I don't like... My first instinct told me the under is the way to go, but I'm off that game. I'm not touching it. All right, so that's a no. That's a no-go. All right, Houston. Let's take a look at Houston. I got a nice system on the Astros. All right, I got a nice system on the Astros. Justin Verlander, against Ross Stripling, 7-3. The Astros last 10. Line value, though, I had -250 and we're getting 170. So we're getting pretty good line value. Did this line move at all? So this line opened up at -165. It went up to 167, 164. Did I see 180 there? No. 170. Yeah, so okay. So it's in the fair market value range. I like that. And Oakland, man, they had some crazy games against Colorado. All 1-run games. See that? So 5-4, 4-3, 10-9. Hey, Lady Luck's got to run out sometimes. And Houston, 2-1, 6-5, 9-7. Almost the same thing, right? Almost 1-run games here. I like Houston, guys. Anytime you got a road team coming off a 1-run loss, 68-44. Houston, we got a problem. All right, we're taking you. And I got a 13-3 system on the Stros. So give me Houston. All right, we're looking good. We're looking okay here. And Arizona, I got 2 more to do, and then that's a wrap for the weekend. Hoo-ha, the weekend's here. You guys enjoying the baseball show? Do you, how many, I don't see a lot of likes here. I'm seeing 2 likes. Is that all? I got to refresh the page. I think the likes are on a time delay. If you like this show, just hit the like button, give a comment, let me know some feedback, how we can make the show better, things you don't like about the show, things like, hey, skip that, Ron, we don't want to hear this. Let's just go there. Here's the thing about this show, right? It's probably very tedious in nature because we're going through every game like we're nitpicking. But at the end of the day, we're trying to find winners, right? And if you're trying to find winners, it takes time. I say it all the time. Would you rather get your supper at a drive-through window, like get take it and run, or would you rather go to a nice Italian restaurant, sit down, enjoy the company, take your time, enjoy the meal, and then go, right? I'm enjoying this show. Your info enough is for this show. You're real McCoy. Thank you, Apache Storm. I appreciate that. Awesome. Yeah, but like I said, hey guys, it's about, to me, it's about quality. I want to make sure that the show has quality, because if it doesn't have quality, why do it? This is better than ravioli. Ravioli, awesome. See, I like that.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly, dilly.
Dilly dilly. All right, I like Houston. All right, let's go to the next game, Miami against Arizona. Zach 10-gallon hat. I like Zach. I got him in my fantasy. And I took Merrill Kelly too, but Merrill's on the shelf right now. All right, so minus 187. I had minus 171 as my line value, and chance of winning 60%. Miami's record on the road this year, 7-15. Who's got a worse road record than Miami? Let me go look at that. Hey, let's go take a look at that. Let's go back to the homepage. This is the top MLB in YouTube solo writer. Hey, thank you. Wow, that's a big compliment. Hey, there's a lot of good shows out there. All right, let's do this. Who's got the off the top of your head, guys? Who's the worst road team in Major League Baseball? Hey, just post it in the thing. Top of my head, I'm gonna say White Sox. Top of my head, but we'll see if I'm wrong. The worst team in Major League Baseball, Colorado. That was close. White Sox, second. Oh no, they are the worst. There, yeah, 5 wins. Hey. 5 wins. Top of my head, I was right. Colorado's got 7 wins. Oakland's got 9. San Fran 10. So I'm thinking, yeah. So yeah, all right. So my gut instinct, okay, my sports gut was right. Yeah, you know what? I think Arizona's the play here. What's their record as a home favorite? Sometimes, so you got a team like Arizona, a team with a losing record, neutral 10 days. How do teams with losing record do in the role as a favorite? That's always a thing that when I do these A, B, and C type teams, because for the average sports fan, the average bettor, when they see 2 teams, what do they see? When I see, like, say Arizona against Miami, I see 2 teams with losing records, but the thing, do I see the role that they're used to, right? So if Arizona, obviously a team with a losing record, how do they handle the role eventually as a favorite? Because they're not really used to being a favorite, right? But they are at home. They're 12-7. That means they haven't played a lot of A or B type teams, right? So if I go to my strength of schedule, and let me do this. Watch, I'll show you what I mean. So if I do Arizona, sometimes my computer freezes on me like that. All right. So when I do this, Arizona. All right, Arizona at home against A-type teams. How many times they face them? 8 times, right? 8 times again, 2 and 6. They face B-type teams 9 times, all right? 9 times, 4 and 5. And now when they face C-type teams, 8 times, they're 6 and 2. So obviously they do better against those C-type teams, but they're a favorite in this role, and a role they're really not used to, especially. You know what? To be honest, it's pretty even. It's pretty even. It's Miami's not used to being a favorite, so they're used to the dog roll. But when Arizona gets that roll, the tag as a favorite at home, they're 12-7. They're giving up a lot of runs, 4.63, while the Miami Marlins as a road underdog, 6-15, only averaging 2.86. So I like Arizona here. Hey Ron, quality versus quality is what you in wrestling. But is what you wrestling with, but just do what you do best, and the rest will take care of it. Yeah. You know what? I say it all the time. Take care of the small things, the bigger things will take care of themselves, right? All right, so Miami, yeah, look at all these numbers on the road. Not good. Not good. And then Arizona at home. Now, Arizona versus lefties, 3 and 6. Okay, that's a little concerning. What else does he? On 1 day's rest, 0-3. All right, 0-4 off a 2-game win streak. Hey, all right, that solid pick's turning into a beer and pizza money pick. Hey, all right, Arizona. Okay, this is the first game of the series, right? Arizona coming off that. And, here's the other question I got for you guys. Does Arizona, coming off, a series win against the Dodgers, do they come overconfident? Are they going to really play to the level of the Marlins? That's my concern now, right? Are they going to be overconfident? Are they overlooking the Marlins here? So Arizona at home, first game of a series. Let's see what the record is. Where's my database? All right, Arizona at home, first game of a series this season. Ah, crap. Hey, crap. I was hoping for something better than that. Hey, but here's the good thing that makes me here's the thing that makes me happy. They're playing Miami. It's not as if they're playing the Yankees or something like that, right? But still, you know what? Guys, trust me on this. There's something that tells me to stay off this game. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just the fact that they coming off a series win against the Dodgers. And let me try this, and then I'll move on. What do the Marlins do after a series win? I got that stat for you guys. Teams coming off a series win. Where is it? Yeah, I know it's here somewhere. Might have to go in my elevator music while I. Hey, so while I search and you guys are waiting, you need some entertainment. Hey, where's my series win? Come on, the flute is coming. Hey, it's like a game within the game. I'm trying to beat the clock. Crap, there it is. All right, series win. Where is that? All right, that's annoying. Series win. Where's the series win? I know it's in here somewhere. During the day game, first game, coming off. Coming off a win. Oh, maybe I don't have it. Pretty sure I do, though. Up a night game. Ah, here it is. All right. Whew. Arizona, home team, coming off a series win. Record 0-2. Yeah, that's what I thought. How about home or away? And obviously they got a losing record. Yeah, you know what, guys? I'm off that game. Okay? And sometimes it's good to really overanalyze, I guess you can say. Demetrius Alexander, what team is more demoralized, the Mets or the White Sox? That's a, you know what? Probably the Mets, because they play in the media capital center of the world. And, Met fans are, they're not like Yankee fans. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, White Sox. The thing with the White Sox, I think that's a Cubbies town. Yeah, it's like the Mets is the Yankees town. But that's a great question. What team is more demoralized, the Mets or the White Sox? Man, that's such a great question. I would say Mets, because you know what? I think going in every season, the Mets, you feel like you got a chance because you got money behind you. Like the owner has money. The White Sox are, they're pulling up their socks. They got no money. Hey, so you know what, guys? After after all this rant, I'm off that game. Okay. All right, not like the Yankees. I don't even have to handicap that game, but I will. I like the Yankees. Yankees 4.23 to 3.84, 8-2. Bullish 17 days. I like that. Chance of winning 47.7, 47.6. Ooh. But San Diego's coming off a long extended road trip. How many days were on the road? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's the it's like hockey and basketball, right? Teams coming off a long extended road trip. Let's see what they do in their first game at home. San Diego, a West Coast team coming off an East Coast travel, right? Wrong database. Let me go here. Right there. All right. San Diego coming off a 7-game road trip. Home team coming off a 7-game road trip. Might have to get the elevator music going again. Hey, where's the 7-game road trip? Okay, down. Where is it? Here it is. All right, coming off a 7-game road trip. No, I'll do any team. I won't do San Diego. Well, you know what? I'll do San Diego the last 5 years, coming off a 7-game road trip, 3-6 in their next game, which I figured. How about any Major League Baseball team this year, coming off a 7-game road trip this season in Major League Baseball? 12-10. Okay, but it's not West Coast teams, right? All right. And we said San Diego, right? And it was 7 games. Just want to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. All right, I'm going Yankees. There's to me the Yankees to play. Look at this. Like, hey, pick a check mark. Yankees versus non-division opponents. They are 13-3 versus non-conference opponents, 4-2 on the road. How about overall? Yankees overall against non-conference foes. New York Yankees. Home or away against non-conference opponents, so interleague play versus non-conference foes this season. 6-3. Yeah, I do like him. All right, Yankees is the play, guys. All right, this was a man, try to keep it an under, but I can't. There's no way you can keep this an hour show trying to handicap 15 baseball games, right? It's just impossible. It clearly isn't possible. And I know I keep you guys hostage here, but I appreciate everybody who does stay and watch the show. I appreciate that. And let's get to, there's my security system. Man, my security system went off a few times today.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
No, not silly. We're talking about the 80% Club Stats. The 80% Club Stats brought to you by the Rain Report. And let's see if we got any 80% Club Stats to back up some of our selections. And today's picks is so far Kansas City under, Dodgers, Minnesota, Houston, and New York. So let's see if we got any of these type of Kansas City. Okay. Seth Lugo as a favorite between total 7.5 to 8, 4-7-1 to the under. Kind of like that. San Diego as a home team during a night game before non-division game, coming off a 2-game win streak, allowed 4 runs against last game, 9-2 to the over, 7-4 straight up. Okay, don't like that. Atlanta, we're not touching that game, right? We were going to take the under, but good thing we're not. Look at this. Atlanta is a road team versus lefties before non-division game, coming off a road win and a series win, 20-5 to the over. See, sometimes you got to trust your sports gut instinct, right? Minnesota, I like this. Anytime the Twins are a home team during a night game on 1 day's rest, coming off a 2-game win streak, they scored 3 runs or more in the last game. They're 20-4 in the next contest. I love it. Arizona, the game I got off. Arizona 180 to 200 home favorite after a division game, 8-2 last 10. And Cleveland, do I got Cleveland today as anything? Cleveland. Oh, I thought let me see here. Cleveland, they're on the road, aren't they? Yeah, against LA, we didn't like it. San Fran, no, we didn't touch that game. San Francisco, where are they? Oh yeah, they're playing the Mets. Texas, yeah, Texas is playing. They're on the road, aren't they? Oh, they're at home. Texas is at home against. No, they're not. Against Minnesota. All right, so we have on the over. Anytime Texas is home or away, last 5 years, coming off an under, lost last game by 3 runs or more, and they're 1-4 in the cycle, 9-3, 8-2-2, and yeah. So there's the 80% Club Stats. And what's the number one 80% Club Stat today on the new 80% Club Stats? Let's go right here. The Phillies 9-2 as a road team versus right-handed pitchers this season, and the over. Ooh, don't want that. The over is 9-2 for the Royals as a away team, coming off 4 overs the last 7 years. Didn't want to see that, but I'll see this. The Yankees 13-3 as a road team versus non-division opponent this season. So, all right, there you have it. Those are your 80% Club Stats, courtesy of the Rain Report, guys. Today, prices are back down to the original price. $4.99 for a membership. If you want to sign up today, you go to the website. You can get the membership. You get all access to all the toolbox, the database, the tip sheets, the Rain Report. Everything you see here today is $4.99 for 7 days, $19.99 for 30 days, and $99 for the year. And you get full site access, and everything you see here, you get access to, except the premium picks. Those are sold separately, but you do get access to things like the number one handicapping situation today in baseball. So let's go to our top 25 sports betting option. And we're going to go to Major League Baseball. And today's number one handicapping situational spot is on the Seattle Mariners. Hey, Seattle's been there for a couple days. That's because they're neutral 21 days playing Washington. Chance of winnings at 51%. The daily market value index is minus 149. And Seattle on the road this year, 12-14 and respectable. And they win 67% of their games against C-type teams. Seattle Mariners, your number one handicapping spot today. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your happy Memorial Day for all our American friends. Hope you guys have a safe weekend. I'll be back on Monday with another edition of the Raymond Report. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back Monday with another edition of the Raymond Report.
Yeah, baby.
Take care.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
To be the man, you've got to beat the man.
Joe own the Chiefs.
Owns.
Owns.
I don't know.
Struggling. Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Straight cash, homie.
Holy cow!
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here?
Woo! If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
That's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.